All right. We are live. This is Richard from Richard Presents Starfield Essentials. And we just got some amazing news that dropped from Bethesda. And I'm so excited I had to go live and share what's happening. This is so amazing. Let me make sure I've got this set up properly here. So let's turn that down. There we go. All right. So Bethesda just dropped on X, which I don't use. So we have X cancel loaded here. Let's turn that sound down. We don't need that. We don't need extra feedback. The news is so good. This is what we're going to talk about today. On X, Bethesda wrote the following. A note from Bethesda Game Studios. We love making these worlds as much as you love playing in them. Today, we want to share what's next for Bethesda Game Studios and what you can expect from us in the years ahead. For 40 years, we've built games that have entertained almost 500 million players. More than just games, these are worlds, worlds for you to explore, shape, and make your own, worlds we return to together. That's what's driving us forward. We're investing more deeply in the worlds players love, giving creators a bigger role in shaping their experiences and bringing our teams closer together so we can get our games into your hands sooner, support them longer, and continue building them alongside you for decades to come. Now, if you've been following at all what's been going on with Xbox, with the new CEO and the quote unquote reset and the 3,200 jobs lost, 1,600 of which were lost last week on July 7th, another 1,600 are on the way. I guess about 1,200, 1,250 of those are more Xbox employees, Microsoft employees. The rest are coming from the studios that were divested, 5 studios. Um, this is clearly framing all of that as, well, we're going to move past that. But if you've noticed the coverage, the problem has been everyone's been talking about it's all about Fallout, it's all about Elder Scrolls. Starfield wasn't mentioned. Of course, there wasn't any formal mention of this by Xbox or Bethesda anyway. So who knows? Who knew what was going to happen to Starfield? Well, now we have an answer. So let me scroll a little bit here. Here's why I'm online today. Starfield continues in big print. Look at that. With over 17 million players logged with almost 17 million players logging almost 1 billion hours to date. We know Starfield is the Xbox Game Pass beast, according to Todd. Starfield remains an important part of our future as we enter year 3. Well, year 3, Starfield will be 3 years old in September. So they're going to be entering year 4. So they're not entering year 3. We'll continue expanding the settled systems with new stories, targeted gameplay improvements, and additional updates while preparing for the launch of new Starboard content next year. New Starboard content. So apparently the trademark for Starborn is going to pay off. More than 40% of players already customize their experience through creations and will continue investing in creators and giving players new ways to make Starfield their own. So that's an interesting statistic. More than 40% of players use creations. That means 60% do not. Can you believe that? 60% of people don't use creations. Now, I imagine there could be some that maybe they're not counting people who use Nexus mods, but we already know the Starfield player count on Xbox is 5x at least what's on Steam and PC. So that is very interesting. Now, we have other details here that are relevant to Starfield and then more that's beyond just Starfield. Created by players. We've believed from the beginning that our worlds belong not only to the people who make them, but also to the people who play them. That's why we've long provided players with the tools to create their own experiences, dating back to the Morrowind construction set. This year marked another major milestone for creations with its expansion to Fallout 4, joining Skyrim and Starfield. We're proud to say creators have already earned more than $10 million in royalties from their work. So this is what I think of when I see this. It says that they've earned more than $10 million from their work. I need somebody to check my math on this, but I believe that creators get something about a third of the royalty payments that go. So if you pay $10 for the most expensive possible creation, the creator gets, I think, $3.50. So it's about roughly a third. Does that mean the other 2/3 well, you would assume the other 2/3 goes to Bethesda and Microsoft. So does that mean that creations have made $20 million for those two players? So 10 million to the creators and 20 million to the studio and the publisher. Interesting. That's real money. Okay, now we have. Oh, okay. Let me just say hello to everyone's in the everyone's in the chat. Hello, Darion, Christian Pierce, Bear Knight. Fix your games, keep your decade-old promise. Okay. Yep, Skyborg, happy to see Starfield continuing. Radul, well, wow, you get a long name. Finally, some Starborn lore. I hope it connects to the Great Serpent somehow. I agree. Hello, Hood Ninja Chai. Hey, Cable Snarky, what is up? Yes, Starborn DLC, and hello, Captain Druid. I know this is totally crazy. It's a Friday. It's during the workday. Kind of taking the day off from my regular job, but obviously seeing this new content come out just totally made me go wild. And by the way, it sounds like everything's working with my audio, right? I had to sort of throw this together at last second, so I think we're okay. All right, let's continue with the rest of the news here. The future of Fallout. Fallout is one of our biggest priorities today. Fallout 5 remains our long range destination, and we have multiple Fallout projects in active development right now. Fallout 76 continues to be home to millions of players exploring Appalachia together. With nearly 70 free updates released to date, the journey is far from over. In fact, we have a major Fallout 76 expansion planned for next year. Raven Rock, a prequel story to Fallout 3. Raven Rock is the place. Now, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is fact. Raven Rock is where the so-called shadow government lives. It's not really a shadow government. It's the place where if something terrible were to happen, a decent portion of the top part of the United States government evacuates to a location called Raven Rock. And there's a wonderful book about Raven Rock. I want to say the author's name is Graff, but I read it. It's so cool. It's only a few miles from where I live, so it's pretty cool. So I'm thrilled to see they're going to do something with Raven Rock. Fallout 4, the most award winning game in the franchise, just celebrated its 10-year anniversary and recently passed over 35 million copies sold, continuing to attract a new audience every year. That's interesting. They give a 35 million copies sold for Fallout 4. I'd love to see what the copy sold is for Starfield. We also know many players want to revisit previous Fallout experiences. While we're not announcing any dates today, we have been working on remasters for both Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Fallout Shelter continues to be the most popular way to experience Fallout on the go, with more than 250 million players. 250 million players on a mobile game? This is why I think we're going to get Starfield Mobile, and at some point, we're also going to get Starfield Online. It's the Bethesda playbook. You've got the franchise RPG, then you get the mobile game, like we see here, Fallout Shelter, and then you get the MMO. So the other two major tentpole franchises for Bethesda have them. I think eventually we'll get them for Starfield. There's more ahead for Fallout Shelter, including new seasons. An unscripted Fallout Shelter television project is also in the works with our partners at Amazon Studios and Kilter Films. Oh, good job, Bethesda. I enjoy watching the Fallout TV show, and I'm looking forward to whatever that is as well. We'd like to congratulate Kilter Films and Amazon Studios on the 10 Emmy nominations for Fallout 2. Production on season 3 is already underway. And while we won't host a traditional Fallout Day broadcast this year, we're already planning something special for Fallout's 30th anniversary in 2027, when Fallout Day will be celebrated live in Washington, D.C. Well, I'm going to have to find out when that is, because guess where I live? That's right. I live right near the Imperial Capital. So I don't care about Fallout. I don't play it. That's fine. I like the TV show. But I will have to find the Fallout Day in D.C. So hello. We've got some great commentary here. Yeah, see, yeah, exactly. Cable Snarky. Starfield Mobile could be an outpost builder. I agree. I think it should be an outpost builder, and I think it should be a ship builder. And you should be able to export whatever you build on your phone into the game, and vice versa. We're going to meet President Eden, Ali Transcend. Where is this information located? This is all on the Starfield X channel. So it's the Bethesda Studios account on X. And this, I'm just showing you a screen from X Cancel. 83 Supa says, this was the best news of the week for me. Starfield continuing to get updates and content was exactly what I was hoping for. That is right. Okay, let me scroll again here. studio collaboration. The Wasteland continues to expand as we team up once again with our longtime friends at Obsidian Entertainment. We're happy to confirm that they're working with us on a new Fallout project. We'll have more to share in the future. So we don't know if that's Fallout 5. Like, are they outsourcing Fallout 5? I kind of doubt it, but we'll see. We're also bringing our teams closer together across Bethesda, ZeniMax Online Studios, and we'll partner closely with Bethesda Game Studios on the Elder Scrolls franchise, while continuing to deliver incredible new experiences for the Elder Scrolls Online Season 1 return. Pardon me, for the Elder Scrolls Online. Season 1, Return of the Thieves Guild, recently launched, and the team has more planned for the future. By aligning more directly across the franchise, we can create even better experiences for players. Bringing our teams closer together is helping us build a stronger foundation for everything we create next. Yeah, so this has been an issue with Bethesda. If I just finished watching the Double Fine production called Psych Odyssey, where they talk about how they created Psychonauts 2, and the studio is purchased right before COVID starts. Double Fine is purchased by Xbox right before COVID starts, and there's a lot of promises about how the studio will be left alone, and that's essentially what happened. But as it turns out, financially, it didn't really work for Microsoft, and they've since divested Double Fine and four other studios. And it looks like what's happening here is with Bethesda, they're going to be making sure people are working more closely together, which honestly is the only way it's going to work now, given that they've let so many people go. And I feel terrible for all those people who lost their jobs, ZeniMax, Bethesda, everywhere. Okay, the Elder Scrolls and beyond. That foundation extends beyond our games to the technology, tools, and systems that will power the next generation of Bethesda RPGs. Our teams are now developing the Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 on Creation Engine 3, a shared technology platform we've been building since Starfield's launch. So, if they're building Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5, that indicates to me that Obsidian is perhaps not building Fallout 5. It allows our teams to support multiple projects simultaneously with new tools, rendering, and systems that define our games. Fallout 5 is currently in pre production. The Elder Scrolls 6 is our primary development focus today, with the majority of our team currently working on the next chapter of the franchise. So you can see Bethesda can work on several projects at once. It doesn't have to be everyone leaves Starfield and goes to work on Elder Scrolls 6. They've got all three projects running. Of course, if you're just doing a DLC, it's not going to be anywhere near as big as producing a new game, but Bethesda has the capability to do more than one thing. With over 65 million copies sold, our players are still exploring Skyrim 15 years later, but we know it's been a very long wait for the sequel. The next chapter is on the way. We're where we planned to be, loving how it looks and playing it every day. Ooh, they're where they plan to be. I'm sure they would have wanted to release earlier, or at least Asha Sharma is telling them to get that thing out there. Let's see. Obsidian is almost certainly working on a Fallout spin-off like what they did with New Vegas. Yeah, I think that that's true. Bethesda literally cannot add new items in a DLC to Starfield without fixing the counter. Okay, the pointer handle limit. Yes, I 100% agree. This is one thing that scares me a little bit. If Creation Engine 3 is going to be hosting Fallout 5 and Elder Scrolls 6, what about Starfield? Is Starfield going to be stuck on Creation Engine 2? And if that's the case, are they going to backport any pointer handle limit problem or fixes into Creation Engine 2 to address Starfield? Because if you're not up to speed with this, the pointer handle limit is essentially a 2 to the whatever power, 2 million or so value that is constraining the ability of modders to add items to Starfield. So many times, if you're trying to launch your game and it's crashing, it could be the pointer handle limit. For example, there have been some, like just by itself, Starfield ESM uses about half of those pointer handles. So every pointer handle that's left is something that a mod is something could use. So if they don't fix this, it means you won't be able to run a ton of mods at the same time. Ship pieces have been a particular offender here. I won't name any names. It's not really something that modders have had to really think about before, but I do hope that Bethesda figures out a way to fix this. This is the long tent in the pole. This is the lim fac, as we used to say in the Air Force, limiting factor. Okay, the road ahead. Let me scroll one more time here. I need a production assistant. That would really helpful. The road ahead. Across Bethesda Game Studios, we're building for the future of Fallout, The Elder Scrolls, and Starfield. I love seeing all three in the same sentence. This is the key, folks. Starfield is one of the three big franchises for Bethesda Game Studios. There is no question now. It is one of the main franchises. It is in the same sentence with Fallout and The Elder Scrolls. So I'm just going to leave it there. Boy, there's going to be so many people who are going to dunk on this. And you know what? You're wrong, people. I love it. We're investing in our technology, bringing teams closer together, supporting our live games, expanding into new forms of entertainment. That's the TV, which hopefully I hope Starfield gets TV in the future. And I hope it's as well written as Fallout. And developing the next generation of Bethesda RPGs. We couldn't be more excited for what's ahead and wanted to share as much as we could today. We can't thank you enough for all you've given to us and these worlds, and we can't wait to continue them together. Bethesda Game Studios. And if we scroll down, we see some cool stuff here, some imagery for each of the franchises, and of course the big one for Starfield, which is right there. Starfield continues. 17 plus million players, nearly 1 billion hours played. As we enter year 3, which is really year 4, somebody needs to fix this. We're continuing to build the future of Starfield with new stories, gameplay improvements, updates, and ongoing support for creations while preparing for the launch of our Starborn content next year. So great job. Love it. Let's see what you all are saying about this wonderful news. Yes, Starfield is kind of Todd Howard's baby. He wanted to make it for decades. That is true. That gave me some hope. Although, to be honest, I thought it was going to be the modders and the creators who are going to be carrying the load from here on out. Because, I mean, honestly, the game comes out, you get 2 DLCs. I wasn't expecting that much more. Just hopefully engine maintenance, that sort of thing. Fix the pointer handle limit. But if we're getting more content, that's great. They can get upset all they want. It doesn't change the reality. That is true. There's so many people who have been telling themselves that the reason why Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 haven't come out is Starfield, and they use that as their battering ram to just go after anyone who likes Starfield. So, Starfield fans, you should not feel bad if you enjoy this game. Yep, Starfield is now official as next DLC. Nice. What do we know about Creation 3 so far? We don't really know anything about Creation Engine 3. We know that it's just an evolution of the existing Creation Engine. There was some discussion before Free Lanes dropped that perhaps there were going to be some elements of Unreal Engine, some lessons from that, or potentially even some code from that, kind of like what was used in the Oblivion remaster. Maybe that would somehow influence Creation Engine 3, but that's all just been discussion. We don't really know if anything's going on with that. What else do we have here? Yes. Hello, Sly So Savage. Good to see you. I'm surprised there's so many people. Where are you all located? Are you all in like the United Kingdom where the workday is closing soon? I'm so sorry, by the way, about the United Kingdom and Argentina. I was pulling for you guys. So yeah. I think if they do a Starfield TV show and it's done well, that would attract more players to the game. I agree. Yeah. I mean, the key is just making it a good program with well-written characters that are interesting. I've been watching For All Mankind, Foundation, and I just started Star City. Those are all, and Silo as well. I haven't started Silo, the newest season, but they're good shows because they have good characters and there's a compelling story there. And yeah, anyway. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're in London, and I've got who's Cable Starkey's in Indiana. Oh, great! I'm so glad you're here. Oh, yep, the Ajang in Germany. Guten Tag. Yeah, Silo is good. I haven't started season 3 yet because I did one of those deals where I have Apple TV, but only because I bought it at a discount through Amazon. It's like half price or whatever for 2 months. So I haven't looked at any shows on Apple TV for probably a year or maybe possibly even 2 years. So I've got all these shows saved up that I'm watching during this 2-month blitz when there's no NHL hockey. So during the regular year, I watch my hockey games with my cat, and then in the off season, I get caught up on all the Apple TV shows that I haven't watched recently. Don't have Netflix. I do have Disney Plus. I'm hoping there's more good Star Wars content coming down the pike as well. Oh, hey, Matthew in Ohio. Oh, you work nights. I respect that. Oh, Cable Starkey, you're retired. Yep, that's my dream. Retire and just do Starfield content. All right, everyone. This is really awesome. I was trying to figure out how to do this. I've been working on a new video. It's going to be about an even more capable and amazing AI mod that X2357 has created. So I've been working on the script for that, and I'm hoping to record. If I don't get to it tonight, I'll record over the weekend, and it'll either come out Saturday or Sunday. And remember, if you're a member, a channel member, you get to see those videos early. So we'll see what happens with that. But I was working on that, and I saw this news drop, and I couldn't, I could not cover it because this is the kind of thing that only happens once in a very long while. I mean, we've only had a few moments like this in Starfield history where unabatedly good news has appeared, and I wanted to share it with you all. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much for your support for the channel. We're over 9,200 members, or excuse me, 9,200 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we get to 10,000 by the end of the year. I think that would just be a wonderful milestone because I started the channel in December of 2023, basically right at the end of the year, kind of like during Christmas break here in the States. So I would love to hit that number by the end of the year. Oh, we got some people in Tennessee. Isn't the current Starfield with 2 DLCs over 15 or 1.5 million of the 2 million pointer limit? I don't know if it's 1.5 million. It's pretty high though. It is pretty high. It's somewhere in there. So yeah, we got to get that pointer handle limit fixed. I personally haven't run into any issues, but I don't do a lot of shipbuilding or that sort of stuff. So we got to Bethesda. If you're watching this, by the way, Bethesda, I live miles away from you. I mean, I couldn't walk there, probably couldn't bike there, but I'm like a 20-minute drive. So if you ever need some positive Starfield coverage, and I like Starfield, I'm not going to apologize for it. Everyone who is out there, like there was a video by a young lady the other day who said her video was titled "I love Starfield, so sue me." It's okay to like Starfield. It's this weird dynamic we have where people have to apologize for liking Starfield and say, "Oh, it has so many problems. It had such a bad launch," which it didn't. And it didn't have tons of problems at launch, but they somehow have to couch their enjoyment of this game with these descriptors in order to feel like to even get through that first level of resistance. It's okay to like Starfield. It's my favorite game. I don't know what's going to displace it. I'm going to retire and play it and hopefully continue making content. I'm not going to retire anytime soon. I mean, we've got a few more years here in case my employer is checking this out. Yes, Starfield is amazing. Oh yeah, you saw Scarecrow. You saw the video by the person who said that she loves Starfield. So yeah, there you go. Cable Starkey. I'm too old to worry about what others think. Yeah, that's right. At a certain point in life, if you can just discover, hey, I like what I like, and if other people don't like it, too bad. This is a piece of art. There's nothing objective about it. It's all subjective. You can like it, you can not like it, and if you don't like it, just play what you're gonna like. And those of us who do enjoy Starfield, let's keep enjoying Starfield. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm going to shut this down and probably work on my early lunch. And later on today, I'll work on the script for the AI video. So thank you, everyone. And this is Richard. I will see you in the Starfield.